How do you do, fellow kids? Today I'm going to open up this action figure of Ray Stantz. I had, kind of already made the observation that these cartoon characters and the action figures from this kind of spin-off cartoon, they didn't resemble the actors physically as much as they were a characterization of the of each character's kind of personality. And so, Ray's kind of the down on his luck, kind of schlubby type guy, even though I don't think at the time, I don't think Dan Aykroyd was very schlubby at all. In fact, I don't think this guy's, schlub. I mean, I don't think Dan Aykroyd, looked anything like this or seemed anything like this. So, I just think it's just kind of their, their idea of what his personality would be. I'm sure there was some sort of likeness rights, and that's why they didn't, they didn't create cartoon characters that looked exactly like the action figures, or cartoon characters that look like the actors. Anyway, so he's got action zapping Ray, neutrino blaster, and proton pack accessories. Comes with a little ghost. This one's pretty good, pretty cool. I like him. He's got a big mouth and a curly tail. Kind of looks like a barrel full of monkeys type thing going on there. His little blast is kind of yellowish in color. Some kind of minimalist artwork on there. Kind of very late 80s. They were starting to get into the kind of computer graphics. His there's a lot of kind of geometric shapes there. Looks like there's an overlap on his armband that overlaps with the blaster, and that's supposed to be more in the foreground. So I think that's a little bit of a art goof right there. Anyway, I've already kind of looked at the back, so I'm not going to spend too much time, but there's wave 1 that also includes the Green Ghost, aka Slimer, and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. All 4 of the Ghostbusters. I just noticed that I've already opened up Peter Venkman. Now I'm doing Ray Stantz, so I might as well stay in order, do Egon next, and then Winston. But I'm also going to be opening up this Fearsome Flush, which supposedly, and I don't remember this, but I was hearing someone commenting that Fearsome Flush was a peg warmer, and my theory on that is that he was a peg warmer because parents did not want to buy this for their children. But I love it. It's so cool. Anyway, so we'll go ahead and start opening these up. All right, so we've got our toys out of their packaging. The Fearsome Flush has a great action feature. It's got wheels on the bottom, and you roll it along, and then it reveals its supernatural, malevolent nature. So very cool there. I wanted to take a look at this. I don't know exactly what that's supposed to be, unless it's just the roof of his mouth. It looks a little odd. I'm not totally sure what that's supposed to signify. It does look like the kind of this eyebrows and stuff that comes near the eyes. So I'm sure it's some sort of like ghostly flesh-ish type stuff. It's too bad is he doesn't have bigger teeth. I think that would have made him look a little a little more fearsome. And then we've got our Ray Stantz. He looks very good. And he's got his Ghostbuster patch. His proton pack fixes to his back with a little peg system. His arm goes in through the proton wand blaster thing like this. And he can do his little blasting. Not getting this on very well. I don't know why. Maybe his arm is a little bit different shaped than Peter Venkman's. Seems to only go in that far, and then maybe I can. Oh, I got it a little bit. Yeah, so that works. Now it's on there really, really nice and snug. And then he's got his little ghost pal here. He can zap. It was kind of a cool idea, although I know that, or I heard that these were prone to breaking. But yeah, I mean, as far as something that's supposed to resemble, the arcing blast of electricity, that looks pretty good. So there's Ray Stantz. I also have my Venkman somewhere. Here's Venkman. Venkman's eyes are unnaturally green. I think that's a little bit of a design flaw. I'm sure that maybe the cartoon character had, bright green eyes, but he kind of looks like he's possessed or something. But I do love this wave. I don't know how many of these I'm going to collect. I do have all 4 of the Ghostbusters and a few of the other monsters. Actually, I have everything that Walmart has released so far. The Ecto one is on pre-order, but assuming that they re-release all of the toys, I don't know how many I'm going to end up getting. I don't feel the need to get the other versions of the Ghostbusters. I do like these classic ones the best. The only other ghost that I feel like is a must-have is the Granny Ghost, the one that has the kind of like scare feature, because I think she was the one who, I think that design was the one who kind of inspired that whole line of, or this, this is, I would say is part of that, because you had your first wave, you had Slimer and the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man, who were ghosts from the movie, and then the third probably, well, there's Gozer, but I don't think there was ever a Gozer action figure. But I would say that the third most memorable ghost is the ghost from the beginning, which is the Librarian, or I'm sorry, she's not the Librarian, she's just the ghost in the library, and she starts off as a normal looking ghost of a person, or a normal looking person ghost, and then she kind of morphs into a monster. Well, a lot of the later toys were ones that looked normal, albeit this is a toilet, and they would, there's a Ghostbuster symbol there. I didn't know that. And then they would morph into some sort of monster or something like that, or morph into a more malevolent looking ghost. And I think the granny that goes from being a normal looking granny into something monstrous was basically created to sort of mimic that idea of a normal looking ghost that turns into a monster. That's a kind of a must have for me. The only other one that I would probably say is on the list of must-haves is the Tombstone tackle, because I did have that for a while. I think I found it in the park or something like that, and that was a neat a neat little toy. It was a football player that when you bent him a certain way, he kind of turned into like this huge, almost like crocodile mouth, type monster, and I would get him for nostalgia's sake. And there are other ones. I would probably pass on the Ghostbusters that have that kind of transforming feature. Maybe I would get the female Janine. I think Janine, the receptionist. I think I might pick her up if they release her, but who knows? I don't know. They're relatively inexpensive, and I'm having a lot of fun with them.